Hi everyone, today I'm going to be going over every single day that I did Intuitive October. I know you've already seen 2 of these and there's good reason for that. It's because those are the only 2 days that I did. Oh man, I failed really, really hard. So these are the only 2 I did. Some of you might have seen them in a short or on Instagram, and then there was no more. And you might have thought I was building them up and I was going to show you them all at the end, which is partly what I thought about doing. I just ended up not having time, and then I gave up altogether. I was like, okay, well, too many days have gone by, but I thought, you know, for punishment, maybe I should just complete all of these today. So today I'm going to complete every single one of these, and it's going to be a lot, and I'm going to try to do it as real time as I can, so you'll get to see all the flowy goodness. There was too much going on this month. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. For those of you who don't know what I'm even talking about, I decided to do a month-long challenge for October, similar to Inktober, only without any kind of prompt list. So I wasn't gonna like have a word of the day and then have to create something off of that. It was totally intuitive, and I cut out 31 pieces of watercolor paper. I was going to do one every single day, and it would have been a lot easier had I not tried to film it every single day, create a short and a reel every single day. Not to mention, ink is messy, so I kind of have to rearrange my desk space in order to do it. So it was just, there was a lot of moving parts and I was not prepared. So as punishment, I'm going to do every single page that I didn't do, which is a lot of pages. So I have set up an area over there to stick all of these while they dry. So I'm just going to do one, let it dry, do another one, let it dry, and I will try to do it as real time for you guys as possible. Even if they're a minute a piece, that's still going to be 29 minutes just of me doing this. So I'm going to have to speed it up a tiny bit. I've shaken all these up. The lids are all loose, so I got to be real careful from this point on. But yeah, I'm just going to start with one. All right, here we go. I squirted a lot out there. So originally I was trying to use like black and a color. So like I did black and blue. So this time I think I'm going to do like black and pink. I know this probably doesn't look like pink, but it is. Okay. And just kind of let them mix around. For those of you who have never done intuitive painting or drawing, there's really no wrong or right way to do it. It's like when it's done, you'll kind of know. I feel like this one's done because I really like what the middle is doing. Ooh, and we're dripping off the page. All right, next one. I'm gonna use some of that. I'll try to wipe the rest of it. We're already having technical issues. And then I'll do the actual red. Toss a little water on it. Now I did notice, like when the other ones dried from having the water touch them, they get a little less vibrant. So should we spray a little? Maybe a little more black. Try not to scratch too much. Sometimes the sound of scratches are kind of not great. These pens, I thought they were like dip pens. They're actually like calligraphy pens. They're fat on the end. They're all right. They are serving their purpose, I think. And I should really move on to the next one, but I'm having fun with this one, so I'm letting it take me over. Yeah, I like that one. All right, I can't sit here and say I like each one because we're going to be here all day. My water has gotten all black and I want to use this blue. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just a smidge. Black. I just realized my water is going to start getting really cool looking each time. I'm probably going to ruin my desk doing this. But it's all in the name of science. Intuitive art science. I really like the way these two blend together. I think I'm just gonna let that one do its own thing. Very scary. Definitely making a mess, making a big old mess, you know? All right, well, that's just stained. Okay, so moving on. We're moving forward. Let's see, have I done all the colors in black? I don't think I've done this yellow and black. So, you might be asking yourself, what is the point? I think that's a natural question to want to ask, but you really will only know the answer to that if you give it a try. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny about it. It's not for everyone, but I thoroughly enjoy myself. And I see a T-Rex. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. No, I haven't done white. Let's do white. And then I'm gonna completely start mixing the colors because I think that'll be really fun. We got a yin-yang situation, maybe? Maybe not. Ooh, I like this one. Love it. Love it. This one's done. That was a lot. Ooh, dang it. I'm causing all kinds of chaos. Here, I'm going to get another page real quick. Yeah, there we go. See if I can get the rest of it. Okay, all right. Well, there you go. Shall we just accept that the desk is ruined? I think I'm just going to have to accept that the desk is ruined and move on. Yep. Meanwhile, this looks like a pretty cool one on its own, but I have to add a little bit of this. Don't be afraid to mess it up, because what is it even? It's just marks. Making such a mess. It's all over me. All right, now for the one. Take some of that too. Maybe I can pick this up and put it on here. There we go. Wonder if I'm making anybody nervous by doing this. Oh, I don't think I've used the bread on this side. I really wish I could keep it on the page. That would help out a lot. I'm really interested to see how this one dries. Sometimes I wish you could freeze it in time. Alright, now we're going to use two of my favorite colors together, which is this blue. Definitely spraying this thing. And this brown. I know, blue and brown, it's like, what? Why blue and brown? Because they make a really cool green color. Yeah. Don't you run off the page. I got my eye on you. All right. There we go. Love it. Okay. Bit of pink. You know what might also be a really fun exercise to do with this? You know, once they're all done, like doing a collage with them, like turning them into some kind of collage papers. That might be kind of fun. I don't really do collage stuff, so, but it's a good idea for somebody who might like to do collage and they want to create, you know, collage papers. Kind of don't really know. Have run out of, I don't know, patterns or things to do. Oh, just a thought. I love watching it do that. These pages are curling, so I have to like really curl them before I set them down. Otherwise, they create a big pull off the page. All right. I'm going to have to speed this up, I think. Ooh. This one's real ugly. It's weird how I can't really create a very good orange. been trying to create a decent orange color, and it's just not. Maybe I need this yellow. What about this red? Yeah, I feel like they try to make brown, so they must be, I don't know, maybe they're a little bit more pink than I'm thinking. That one's gonna be fun to see what it looks like dry. I kind of want to try to make a maroon color. I'm gonna need some pink, maybe that. That's like a ochre color, and then maybe that. I don't know. Let's see what that turns into. Ooh. It's really dark. I think a really good way to see what color this is to smack another piece of paper on top. Ooh, it's not quite maroon. Instead of the magenta, I'm using red with the same blue and brown. Let's see what we get now. Pretty much the same color, I think. Yeah, so that's how you know that this magenta is not very magenta. I just went way green. I really like slamming the pages together. This was the first ink blot. That one looks really cool on its own, so I don't want to really mess it up too much. Oh, wow. Whew, guys, there's honestly so many more to go. But it's like, I feel like I'm just now getting into a good rhythm with it, which is nice. Sometimes I think I do too much with it. I need to do less. Sometimes less is more. What else do we got? I like using this brown, this burnt sienna color. It's just a lot of fun to play with. So like randomly it's creating like almost like a blue color. This looks like a guy riding on a horse or a bunny rabbit playing a instrument. Oh, playing a harp. Whoa, a bunny playing a harp. It is literally changing into all kinds of things, different things. I put my desk up where I could stand while I did this. But now I'm like really feeling it. Tired I am. All right, we got two more after this one. I'm thoroughly painted on. I've been having a lot of fun with this though, and I gotta say, being all messy now, it just makes me want to use my hands, which is probably all right to do. No rules up in here, just messing around. I feel very relaxed, so. All right, last two. Try to make them a good one. last one. Start out with a little of that. Maybe a smidge of white. Pink. Pink and yellow. That's the last one. I think that's a really good one. While those are drying, I think the hands definitely need to get cleaned. The desk is thoroughly ruined, so I'm gonna go clean up, let them all dry, and I'll be right back with all of them dry, and we'll look at them, see what we just did. Okay, it's been a few days, and I put some books on them so they are relatively flat. This is more the flip through I was thinking. 31 pieces. Obviously you have seen the first two. I went back through and I put them all in order, and I don't know which way you last saw them, so this is just how you're gonna see them. You'll definitely see that some of them dried not as cool as they left off. Like this one, I remember had a lot of the red swirls in the black. As it dried, it just kind of blended together, which is okay, you know, part of the process with these things. Definitely some interesting marks. Any way you look at it, there's just a lot going on in all of these. So I'll run through them very quickly. I think with this one, I immediately saw a blue flying monkey. Here's his head, and there's his wings going that way. They're all very different in their own way. I really love looking through all of these. Like this morning, I was having my coffee and just kind of looking back through them. And there's just so many interesting, like I think this one's like a samurai. Maybe there's a dragon he just defeated in the background. Do samurais defeat dragons? I don't know. They do in this picture though. Just so many cool marks. And of course this one, I still see the T-Rex head. And at the same time, it looks like some people out on the street with some jazz instruments. Maybe they're dressed up like a T-Rex. I don't know. This one also looks like a rhino. So we got a T-Rex playing a saxophone and a rhino with some kind of drum and cymbals hanging off of him. This one, I think this one has to be my absolute favorite, and it's the least amount of stuff happening. I think any way you look at it, like this way, it reminds me of like a fuzzy caterpillar face. This, you know, some kind of weird landscape on another planet. This one's some kind of weird crane duck, and this one is a reindeer, a sad reindeer. I don't know why, I just love this one a lot. And if you look at it from the side, you can kind of see the white. I don't know. I really like this one. It's my favorite. I have a few favorites, okay? This is definitely one of my favorites also. This was the one that looked like an exploding heart or something right off the bat, or like a heart with a crown on the edge. Every way you look at this one, it's just really cool. Two of my favorites already, they don't have a lot going on, just very subtle marks. I really like this one too. The brown like made of gold somehow. This is the brown I was using, transparent raw umber. And if you look, if you don't mix it up, you know, the bottom kind of gets the pigment at the bottom. So I'm thinking that that might be what happened here. I don't really remember using the brown on this one. So that's all I could think of, is like maybe I did a blotch of brown right there. Definitely a really cool one. I like this one a lot. This one made me sad because this was like one of my favorite ones when it was wet. This was the one that had all the green and blue mixing together. But when it dried, it just kind of grayed out. So that one made me a little sad, but it's definitely a cool looking one. This one reminds me of Freddy Krueger. Okay, here's Freddy Krueger's face, and his arm is up, and there's his like knife fingers, and there's the moon, because it's nighttime and you're dreaming. Freddy Krueger Fever Dream. I love how all the colors mixed on this one and how they dried, how you have like a lot of the dark and everything. I wish that more of them dried like this, but I think the more water you use, the more it kind of gets like this. Definitely a cool one, any way you look at it. Gotta be a least favorite. This one's gotta be a least favorite for me. It's just a big old mess. And I think some of the parts are cool. Like if you zoom in on this part's kind of cool. This part in here is kind of cool. But this as a whole, just kind of a big old mess, in my opinion. Same thing with this one. Just kind of is what it is. Kind of interesting, but kind of not interesting at the same time. The middle part looks kind of like a starry sky. This one I like because it's just this big blob in the middle, and like when you turn it and look at it, it just kind of looks like a person or something happening. I don't know. Again, I'm seeing a samurai over here. This one's one of my favorites. This way, it definitely looks like a boat, some kind of ship with people on it. Jack Sparrow is up in the bucket thing on the ship. I don't know. But yeah, this one's a lot of fun. Very cool. This one's pretty cool. I definitely liked this one better whenever it was wet. I definitely see a bunny rabbit on this one. Most of the directions that I face it, I see the bunny rabbit. I like this portion. I'm not such a fan of everything else around this one. If you really kind of look at it hard, it looks like some kind of bird, maybe. Definitely an interesting one. This is one of my favorites. I like to look at it this way because it looks like a tree in like the desert, some kind of desert planet. Very cool. I love it. I don't like a lot of the ones that I smeared, but yeah, this one's just kind of is what it is. This one's kind of cool. I like to look at it this way because it looks like some kind of warrior. I don't know, lots of samurai and warriors and space themes in these. But you know, that could just be, you know, how I'm feeling for the day. You know, I look through these next week and I might see a bunch of fish, you know. You never know. This one looks like a ball of fire running. At first it looked like a dude, like a guy on a horse, but when it dried, it looks more like a guy riding an ostrich. Or something. This one kind of looks like a forest, but only slightly. I like this part of it. Definitely an interesting one. I like this one a lot. Interesting things going on this one. This is another fun one, mostly because of the colors. I just really like. If you know me at all, these are just kind of my colors I gravitate towards. This one's just a big old mess. I do kind of like all this blue, how the blue kind of dried next to the dark colors. So I think that's a lot of fun. Very messy. Lots of different things going on in this one. Kind of looks like a scarecrow in a field. This one definitely looks like it's raining. It's like a storm cloud or something. And these are the last two, and these two are my favorites also. So I've probably got about 5 or 6 favorites, I think. I love all the different angles you look at it. In person, these colors are a lot prettier. Very like 70s color, like Polaroid kind of colors. And this one turned out pretty cool. This was the very last one. I think I just really layered it on really thick. And I see a lot of things in this one. I see spaceship beaming somebody up or like shooting something down. I also see an old ship, some kind of creature over here and over here. You know, maybe a panda, maybe a big old panda sitting on the edge watching a ship sink into the water. I just love looking at these, because my brain is just very happy to find all the things and like turn it into stuff. So, and of course, you know, these two, this was the Space Ballerina and all the musical instruments. I don't remember which way it was. Maybe that way? I don't know. Lots of inspiration and also the potential for me to go back on top of these and keep playing around and creating things on top of it. Just like in the sketchbook, how I do marks and then I keep working on it until I kind of create something out of it. This is like a mini sketchbook, only, you know, not attached to each other. You know, some of these I'll never do anything with. This one, I mean, this one's just, I really love this one a lot. I know y'all probably think like I'm crazy for thinking that, but this one is honestly just my favorite. I might just frame that one and have it in a frame. Would that be ridiculous? I don't know. I don't know. I like it. I like that one a lot. Anyway, hopefully you liked watching me make a mess, create a whole bunch of flowy, interesting, intuitive pieces. If you've never done this, I definitely recommend just having a go at it. It doesn't have to be with anything fancy. Like these are pretty expensive. So, you know, if you're worried about wasting some of your stuff, you know, get some of your cheap watercolor paints, or if you have just an ink pen and some water. You know, a lot of times you can flow it around and you never know what you might come up with. So that's kind of the beauty of it. You might come up with nothing, but you might also come up with a really cool idea, and then you'll be able to either recreate it or just kind of keep going and turning it into something. Some of my favorite things that I've done or drawn or painted just happened out of random mark making, intuitive painting. I love it a lot. I know it's not for everybody, but it is definitely for me. So I recommend it. But I think I have just one of those brains that I just love puzzles and I love finding things, you know, in a picture. It's very relaxing. And if nothing else, you get to just play and make a mess, not have any stress over this line didn't go where that line needed to go. You're just seeing what happens. And I love that. Don't forget to let me know if you saw something in the marks, if you had a favorite. I know it's kind of a weird thing to say, hey, that mess right over there, I actually really like that one. But, you know, I think we all have our one that we really like. So let me know if you have one that you really like. You can put the number or you can put a timestamp in there so I can go back and see exactly when you liked it the best, because I know some of them looked really cool when they were wet versus dry. Either way, thank you for joining me and watching all the way till the end. Thank you everyone who left me a like. It really helps me out so much. And a huge thank you to all my subscribers, whether you just joined today or you've been here from the start. Thank you so much for being here. Next week we have a Scroll and Scribble, so keep your eye out for that one. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.